Hello, everyone. This is Connie Skaggs from Ladson, South Carolina, and just want to be sure my volume is up. Anyway, today I'm just coming on doing a real quick YouTube video, something I've wanted to show and I just haven't had a chance to do it. So today I'm going to show you a little tip and somehow to get a better use of your bright two-page papers or for a two-page spread of your busy paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my camera. Again, this is Connie Skaggs from Ladson, South Carolina. If you don't have an advisor, I'd love for you to choose me on the search. You can go to creativememories.com and you can link up with me there. My zip code is 29456. If you want to look there, you can find my picture. I kind of look the same way. So hopefully that would help you out. And, and if you have an advisor that you already support, uh, your order might make a difference in their life for what you're doing because you are supporting a small business. So just throwing that out there. I wanted to say from last week's video, I did get two of my YouTubers that signed up on my team. So I appreciate it very much. So that helps qualify me towards going to the trip, or at least for part of it. And so we have other things that we have to qualify for by the end of the year. And so we'll see how that goes. And so I appreciate the new ones that have joined. And if you are looking for an advisor, please reach out to me and I'll walk you through what you need to do. But you can also go to my webpage and just go to the join button and then you can sign up from there. So again, it's $49 to join, and that gives you immediately a free gift. From CM, a free $50 coupon credit, a certificate. Plus, this week only through, I think it's Sunday night, midnight, but I wouldn't wait, is that on a $100 order of specific products, um, everything really is included except the newest scenes um, collections that they just come out with last week. Those do not qualify. You can still order them, but they don't qualify toward that 100, and you get $25 off. So if you signed up, this is what I told you last week. If you signed up today and as an advisor, you would get it'd be $49 to join. That's for a year, and then you end up getting to use on your first order. You can use that $50 credit for some special things that you might want, that you think, oh my gosh, I see her use these tools all the time, and I think I would like that because I don't have that one. And or you need regular stuff like pages and tape or things like that that you use all the time. And what a great way to get those. And then say, go ahead, spend your $100, and you can use your $50 plus your 25 that they would give you off if it didn't have any of the scenes that won't qualify towards that $100. So I've tried to explain that before, but anyway, this week is very important for a lot of people. So just letting you know, you can kind of get some double dipping by ordering 100 products, and you can turn around and get 75 off your first order. You would be able to claim your prize, your join gift, which is the large bag. It's great. It's a rainbow dot. And you get a page kit and you get some catalogs. So all of that stuff to start you out in a business, and then you get commission back on what you spent. So they would prefer for you to buy what you wanted to buy or to invest in what you want to invest for your business. So let me go ahead and change my camera because I have talked long enough on this subject. And so I'm ready to go ahead and try to show you a fun page to make. Okay, what I have got here is our pack of, I should have pulled it out of something else. It is our Hit the Road collection that we've had out. Let me see. Come out in April, actually. So it's been out a couple months. But who isn't taking a summer trip or even if you're doing a little trip to the farmer's market or you're going to visit some family across town, you can use this. It doesn't matter. So we've got several things, but something I wanted to point out is on every collection, every paper pack we have, they have coordinating cardstocks here that will go with this collection. So that's immediately can extend your life of your paper as far as, having to buy more of the certain paper, you can use it uh, concurrently with different cardstock, and or else use the cardstock as your mats, and it helps tone down a busy paper. And let me just show you that, just without me even cutting anything or whatever. But I noticed that green was one of them that was on here, the dark green. So see, even if you use that on something with this, it would work out well. I think the hot fudge was on that list. Red is on that list. So not that I would combine all of these, but you can see with this collection here and just these with the license plate, those would all go very well. So I always keep my mats in one of our containers that we had back a ways. And so those are quick because whenever I'm cutting up cardstock and I've always got an extra piece, and I like to just put it in there. So I'm going to take one of the pictures, and I want to do another one too at another time. But I just took something that I liked both sides, and see, this is blues with blacks in it, and then this has got all the license plates on. So what we're going to do is, because I know I showed you a little bit about cutting out a frame last week, but I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So what I want to do is, of course, this is our handy dandy trimmer that I absolutely love. And this one was a special edition in the birthday collar here a couple years ago. Our little mat that you have to trade out ever so often so that you turn it around every 500 cuts. And this number up here is going to tell you which side you're on, and it will flip. And so you can get up to 500 cuts 4 times. That's 2,000 cuts with this. Now, what I'm going to do with this paper, because it is a busy paper, but we're going to cut it 6 inches. And so if you've not seen this, hopefully it'll be something you can use, because the one thing is I'm like my upline, she loves taking one piece of paper and making it spread over 2 pages. Well, how do we do that? We immediately use our base pages as the base. We use white as base. We can use one of these cardstocks as a base, and however you want to use it. Now, the key thing, and it doesn't necessarily matter with this, but I want to get you used to, one of the things I usually do is I would take this paper and I would fold them together. If you're not comfortable doing that, then you can cut them each singly and stuff, but I want to do it just kind of speeds up my time and things. But if I laid everything out right, it's good. But remember that thing I taught you last week about the 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, top, bottom, like that? Well, we're going to do that same thing, because what I want to do is I want to hollow out the center of this. So I'm taking this, the top is going up to the top of the paper, because that makes me going to cut, my blade is going to cut at 1 inch. And the bottom here is going to stop at the bottom of the paper. And it might look a little skewed off of the camera. And of course, I'm going at this 1 inch here because that way I can hold the paper. And so we're going to do it at the top. And we cut down to where this housing will stop here. And our blade is actually stopping up here. So that's 1 inch. Then we're going to turn it. I'm going to do the same thing. It doesn't matter how long the paper is if you're going to do a 1 inch, because you're having this lined up at the top, not all the way up here, because that would cut your paper, but it's at the top of where the paper's at. So I'm going to cut down, and I stop when this bottom piece gets even with this piece. And of course, if it's off just a little bit, it won't matter once you see what I'm doing with it. But it'll be really close. And so down to stop at the bottom. And so then I'm still holding these all together, because I'm trying to utilize my time and make you not have to watch everything. over and over. But I start at the top and I come to where this stops at the bottom. And so then these should all fall out. And so now that's all I need this trimmer for. Now you can do that. That's the 1 inch, and it's the easiest to cut the 1 inch out. But you could do it at a 1/2 inch where you have this is a little bit narrower, and this would be a little bit bigger. But I want you to see now I'm using beige cardstock, which is not on their list because I wanted to use something that's a little bit lighter. Now I don't know how many of you have the cutting mat, our 13 by 13 cutting mat. It's so important because you can lay our 12 by 12 paper on there, and then you've got all these measurements around so you can line it up when you need to. And so, and of course, I take two of them together, tape them to them on the back with duct tape that holds, and then I can fold them straight in half, and they go right down in my trimmer bag, or I mean, in my rolling bag, or they go on my shelf where I store them. But here are these two. Now, because I said we'd open these up, and we can do them either way. Now, I want to show you here. So if I do this here, and I say that that's going to be, I caught on my finger. But let's just lay out a few things and let's see what we like. And then let's say that we're going to do this. So, now you could put this in here if you wanted to, because remember, I just cut that out. And so that in itself kind of makes it, gives it a little look to it. You still got plenty of journaling places and stuff. So, but I also could do this here. Just kind of line it up that way. And this one here. Actually, change it around. Well, it's not going to matter, really. I was thinking I might match it up, but don't have to. I could also bring this down lower, and then what we could do is, what if I used one of these sticker strips? This collection didn't have any laser borders, but the laser borders would be great. But see, if I done this and cut it in half, it could go right here and right here. Half of a sticker, half of a sticker on each side. Kind of like that idea. But that's just an option. If you like this turned another way, I wouldn't do this because of the plates are going a certain way. But if you wanted to keep your plates this way, then this could go in here. So then that becomes mats for your pictures. Or you could do them down here. Well, we're just trying some stuff out. So see whether you liked it that way. If you like that one. And maybe this one over here, I would do it at the top. It's just another way to look at it and another way to do this. Now, I was going to show you something with some of our mats, because if you do not have our photo trimmer, you should have it. It's short. It's one where you can go out to 10.5 inches by 8.5 inches and things, but it cuts it's got all your measurements up here. And so it will cut these in half, and that's the way these are made. And so that's it. So just say I maybe want to use that there for the journal or whatever, I'll use it down here. It's not maybe the best, but it would work. See, this one would work this way here. And I was going to show you this. Now, these are out of our embellishments. And I know you've already got that one there. But if you place this over just enough, you could trim off a little bit on the side there. And then you've got another way to do a journal box. This one's got the grid and the notebook part at the top. And so in order to cover up all the brown, you got to go right at the edge of that and center it on both sides. And then I could just trim this off to make it the same size as that. And so that could be its own journal box. And then you're matching this blue. So uh, our our embellishments are great. Our mats are great, you know. And so it's just a really simple, easy way to make a page. Um, and this yellow is not bad. So just letting you look at that. But and if you've done it on this side, you still got room for your picture on here. Because these are 4.25, 4.5 by 6.5. So, if you wanted to use it as a, like your uh, main, title or whatever. You know. So some of these will work really well. Some of them doesn't work as well, but it's okay. It's just very versatile with the colors and things. So my tip for the day is to be able to do this kind of a cut. And I mean, it can go in the center, toward the center. This can go on the outside. And outside. And this one definitely then. I was going to do them in the center and make sure that these matched up and stuff. So then I'm going from one side to the next, and that's the same. It's where we cut it at our 6 inches. So, not sure which one you like the best. We've got all kinds of little embellishments and fun things that could be used. The colors are bright, very fun. Now, say I've got 2 pictures in here and I want to highlight this picture, and that arrow would do it. This is a great little tag, and it just can go there with your little journaling on it, you know. So just showing you some different things that are in this pack. There's all these with scenic route, This is a kind of famous icon journal box. Oh, let's pack us a lunch, get us some coffee, whatever, those kind of things. Pit stop, that'd be cute right here with that, you know. Here's a welcome to, and then you can put what state you just come into, scenic route. There's a cooler, So lots of fun, little fun things. So putting on the miles. Wow, that's a good one too. There's a car, and it's loaded. So just showing you how these all go together. And like I said, I used beige background because I wanted a lighter color to pop that out. And I didn't particularly want to use canary. And so our cardstocks all go very well too. And so, I mean, black wasn't listed, but black could have went with this. So my main thing was to show you how you can take one piece of paper, cut it where it looks a little fancier. You still got these that you could cut this in half and have you 2 mats if you wanted to, but it's simple just to do that and do it one here, move it down, and then you've got room up here for a title or for, a sticker or something like that. If you want to do half on one side, half on the other, that's a good way to make your stickers go further too and stuff. So, I'm a big one. I like to use 2 of them across my page a lot of times. So, but not always does my pages call for that. So anyway, just letting you see. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully this gives you some ideas. And Hit the Road is just one of them. You could do this with any collection. I've seen it done, something similar to this. It's been done with The Legacy of Love. I've seen it done with the years. And you take some of the busy paper that was in the 60s, 70s pack, or the 80s, 90s pack, the brights and things. You can take that and do this, and it tones it down. And, but here we are using this one with all these icons, you know. And so I just thought it was really kind of neat to see how well this would work. So anyway, hopefully you've liked this today and hopefully you've enjoyed it. And so anyway, I'm just going to change back my camera. But I try to show you as many tools as I can, as many ways to use something that's very simple. And so, because simple pages get your albums done and it gets your pictures in your scrapbook. I've been working on my scrapbook listing of all my projects that I like to get done. And I didn't even count them, but I have 4 pages listed of different things that I want to scrapbook. It's not just my annual family album, that tries to cover a year, but then I've got to where now Christmas does its own. I do my own for it. I do crafting ones. I do scrapbook ones. I do my events that I've done, like Croptoberfest and National Scrapbook Day and things. So, or a travel book. Some things I add to every year, like a Thanksgiving album that I do. And so some of those I haven't gotten completed. And so anyway, just letting you know that I'm always seem to be busy and I've always got more projects than I can get completed. But just I found out if I continue to do one page at a time, one day at a time, before I know it, I have that project done. And so one of the things that I found that's very important to me, and I hope this is just as important to you, as a lot of people will say, I really don't have time to scrapbook. What you're saying is you don't have time to set 6, 8 hours aside to do something. But what could you get done if you worked 1 hour or 2 hours? Or you had your things kind of organized, excuse me, to where you were working on something and you were able to get that next page just laid out. Just get it to where you could, and see if you use something like this as a guide, how easy would that be to do? And then you could take it and do the next page and turn them the other way or whatever. I've showed you many different designs, and most things, and I meant to even mention this, most things, as long as you want to divide up a page and you have 2 of every size, no matter what the size is, but you've cut 2 alike, excuse me, you can spread it across 2 pages. So a 1 inch and a 1 inch, a 2 inch and a 2 inch. How much have we already used? 2, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 inches left. If we do a 3 inch and a 3 inch, we can do that. No, I've done that one just a couple weeks ago, or maybe it's been 3 weeks ago, where I done that and I divided some things up that way and just put them across the page. And by flipping the sides, because all of our paper is reversible, so then you've got 2 coordinating sides, whatever you're using, and you can do it and do one land, as long as it's not directional paper, you can do one where it's landscape, do the other one where it's vertical, and still have 2 different, totally different looks, and still using one piece of paper for a 2-page spread of the pretty papers that you're worried about using because you don't want to use them up. I'm trying to show you a way that you can use them and still know, oh my gosh, I got 2 pages done. I've still got another piece. I can use the opposite side and do 2 more pages. And so you've only used 2 pieces of paper, but then you would have your base page. Some of our papers have tonals, which is good. If you got any of the tonals, whenever we have like a paper buffet or something, get those because they always go with our next collections that are coming up. Have your cardstock. A lot of our cardstock, I mean, sometimes we have a multi-pocket, a multi color. Put it that way. Just like National Scrapbook Day, it had 5 different colors in it, and you got 2 sheets of each one. It's still the same $10 that you're spending, but you got 5 colors. Because maybe you didn't want to have a whole pack of canary or a whole pack of baby blue or a whole pack of avocado green or whatever else was in there. But maybe you want to have a pack that's got 2 pages of each of those 5 colors. We always do that. It seems like for National Scrapbook Day, Croptoberfest, sometimes other times that they will do a little bonus like that. We also still have a big package of, our cardstock. I think it's a multi-pack. I'm not sure whether we've sold out of that, but it should have all 20 basic colors that we carry in our regular line, and it have 1 sheet of each. And then if you got 2 packs of those, which is $20, but you still get two sheets of each color. And so then no matter what you're working on, you're going to have 2 sheets. It's going to match something. But you can also do things like this, what I just done, straight in your pages. But if you like to build on cardstock because you want to put them in a top loading page, then it's easy to do too. So just trying to help you out, show you how to do it. And then not only that, if you, like I said, any of the cardstock you need to stock up on. I know it's hard because you want to save up for, say, the pretty papers that are going to come out. You want to save up for a tool that you've been wanting. But how many times do you need cardstock? And I think you all can see back here, I have an array. Now this is my collection because I love to just go and pick what I need to match. Some of these have been retired, but that's where they're at because that's my stash and things. I have inventory in another spot. And so, it's just one of those things that I think cardstock is one of our best values and it's easy to use. And if nothing else, you're using it for the mats like I just showed you, where I just grabbed these different ones and could use them as a mat, say on this page or whatever. And so, you know, cardstock is invaluable to me when it comes to scrapbooking. And you just need a 1-inch strip for something, just or you need a base for a border you're putting because you want it to pop. Well, that's a good way to make it done, to be able to do that. So, anyway, I didn't mean to get off on all of that, but I do know that if you had 10 different colors of cardstock that you knew you wanted, and it would be your standard colors that you're going to use all year round, how would it feel to get $25 off? Because 10 packs at $10 is $100. You would be getting that for $75 because your 25 would come off of there. That's kind of a win-win. So, but like I say, if you just need some tape, you need maybe some pages, you needed top loading pages, whatever, it's easy to get to that $100. And I can tell you, CM doesn't do this but about once or twice a year. And so this is kind of the first time we've had this year. And so they've chosen to do this at 25 off of 100. And so that's a pretty good savings. I don't know very many people out there that gives you straight out a $25, 25% savings on something. And that's what it amounts to. So anyway, but like I said, you just go online. If you find some things that you need, be sure to get those. Love up on an advisor. If I'm not your advisor and you already have one, then do them a favor and send them an order and get some supplies that you need. So anyway, I appreciate it very much. Again, this is Connie Skaggs from Charleston, South Carolina, or Ladson. I'm right outside of Charleston, South Carolina. I help serve the Charleston area. I appreciate it very much for you to watch my YouTube video. Please hit like. Please hit, and if you're wanting to join my team, all the information's in there. I appreciate it so much. See you later. Bye.